Here's a mathematical framework that I use to achieve my goals. And I'm not saying it'll work for you. I'm just going to share with you what has worked for me now. If you want access to this, click the link down below. I'm going to run you through how it works. Then you can access to it after. So first thing I want to do is I want to put in our purpose of our goal. Now, the reason why we want to do this is because if we don't have a purpose, we're not going to wake up in the morning, right? If you just have a goal for the sake of having a goal, you have no reason to make a move. So you have to clearly define your purpose. Otherwise, you have no reason to actually go out there and get your goal done outside of the monetary incentives, which is the next thing, which is the financial goal. What is the financial goal that you want to achieve? You're going to insert that here. So for example, in our scenario, let's say it's going to be $20,000 is the amount of money that I want to make. Okay. Now the next thing you have to put in is the time frame. In what time frame? Because you could say I want to make 20 grand, but in 20 years, in 20 days, in 20 minutes, there's a huge distinctive difference. So what is the time frame in which you want to achieve this goal? Let's say, for example, you're like, I need to make 20K in the next 90 days. Otherwise, I'm going back to my job and I don't want to do that. Okay, awesome. So we're going to put 90 days. Beautiful. Next thing is, what's our price point? The thing we're selling, what is the cost of that thing? Because if we don't know the cost of that thing, how are we going to know how many of those things we have to sell? So for example, let's say you sell a $1,000 item, okay? And the last thing we need to know is our IPA or CPA, which is our cost per acquisition or input per acquisition. How many inputs or things do you need to do to get a customer? So for example, how many DMs do you need to send before you get a customer? Or how much money do you need to spend on ads before you get a customer? Or how many videos do you need to post before you get a customer? Whatever your IPA, your input per acquisition, or your CPA, your cost per acquisition is, you want to insert that here. So let's say, for example, we send DMs and it takes us 500 DMs to close one client at 5K. Awesome. So the rest of this is automatically calculated. I'll explain to you how it works so you know when you go to use this yourself. So first thing it's going to do is it's going to automatically calculate how many customers you need. So if we want to hit 20K at $1,000 price point, we need 20 customers. Makes sense. 20 times 1,000 is 20K. And this is all automatically calculated. Now, total input required. Okay, total input needed to get to our goal is 10,000. So it's basically saying, hey, Stefan, if you want to make 20K in 90 days, you need to do 10,000 outreaches over the course of the next 90 days to hit your goal. And then the last one is the daily inputs. It's broken that down into a daily requirement so we know what we need to do on a daily basis. Okay, how many inputs or how much money do I need to spend on ads on a daily basis? And in this case, it is 111.111 repeating, so 111. Okay, so real quick to go through this one more time, and then you can get access to this and use it yourself in the link down below. Is you need to put in your purpose to your goal. This is just for yourself. Now the financial goal, everything in gray is what you need to put in, what you need to put in. Everything in green will be automatically calculated based on your answers to the gray sections. Right. So financial goal, how much money do you want to make? Okay, and then in what time frame, and then the price point of the service you're selling, and then the cost per acquisition or the input per acquisition, which may be the hardest one because maybe you don't have data and so you don't know this one. So what you want to do here is, if you don't have a lot of data or you don't quite know, perhaps what your CPA or IPA is one, go out there and do it first. Okay, if you don't have any idea, go out there and go send some outreaches, go do some cold calls, go do some cold emails, go post some content, whatever it is you're doing, and then just start to get some clients. And once you start to get some clients, you'll start to notice some averages, like, oh, every time I send 100 messages, I book 2 meetings, and I have a 50% show rate, which means I technically get 1 meeting per day, and out of that 1 meeting per day, I close at 50%. So I close 1 meeting every 2 days. Okay, cool. Well, I send 100 DMs a day, so that means that I have sent 200 DMs a day to get a client. Awesome. Well, now you know that our IPA is 200. Or maybe you spend money on ads, right? And you're like, well, Stefan, I spend 100. Let's say you spend $550 to get a customer. Cool. Well, now you know that you need to spend $122 per day to get to your goal of 20 customers or 20K in the next 90 days. So, hope this helps. Once again, you want access to this, click the link down below. You can get access to it inside of my free community, a bunch of other cool stuff. If you have any other questions, let me know. Other than that, go and smash your fucking goals. This has helped me a lot to clearly define what it is I need to do and what action I need to take to make sure my calendar can reflect those things, to make sure that I'm not sitting here wasting a bunch of time. So, hope it can help you as well.